Hey VC, Chad here. It's been almost 2.5 months or something like that since my last video. I am still here, still alive. Just not been making videos. I've still been buying a ton of records, but just sort of a general discontent with making videos. In my case, it's really been a technology problem where I've just not been getting notifications. I'll spend 20 minutes making a video and it won't upload. So about 2 months ago, I just said screw it and just kind of disconnected. And there's really not been a whole lot going on. I know I watched Fred's video today and kind of inspired me to make one because he also had been off the grid for a couple months, and he said very eloquently, that there's just really not been a lot going on, and I definitely share those sentiments. But having said that, uh, I guess I'm part of the problem because I've not been doing anything. But to me, this is about having fun and buying records and showing records, and it was very frustrating to me that I couldn't connect with people because I wouldn't get my notifications. Sometimes my computer wouldn't let me sign in under my YouTube. My password was screwy. Just tons of problems. But anyway, after seeing Fred's video and some things like that, inspired me to get back on here and give this another shot and show you some of the stuff I've gotten. I've got a stack of records here, so we'll just get right to it. First record is Ahmed Abdul Malik, Sounds of Africa. This is a repress on the New Jazz label. This is from the December of 1962. Abdul Ahmed Abdul Malik, just an absolute amazing bassist, just incredible stuff. Really sort of spiritual jazz type stuff. Very virtuoso playing, but still keeping a really good sense of melody. This is just phenomenal record. I was not familiar with this guy until I just bought this and put it on, and definitely did not disappoint. Sounds of Africa. Of course, this is just a repress, but I've never seen an original one of these before. Guy was cheap too. It was like 14 bucks brand new. So there you go. Keeping the jazz train going. The first few of these are jazz. This is also another reissue on Four Men with Beards, and this has been on my list for a long time. And then this new record store I actually started going to since I made my last video had just a ton of great jazz picks. This is one of them here. This is Eddie Gell's Ghetto Music. Beautiful, beautiful album. With the nice gatefold there, real nice thick pressing. If you watch this channel, you know that I'm a big fan of Four Men with Beards. I think that they're just good. They serve a really unique purpose as far as people that can't afford these really rare original records. They do a good job in repressing them, and I'm fine with that because it's ultimately about the music. This is just a phenomenal record. Eddie Gell, band leader. This was originally, I believe, on Blue Note, and just some really interesting instrumentation, really interesting female singing going on. Sort of just a troupe there. You can see some of the female singers there. Not a bad song on this. Really haunting music. It really just gets right out of the gate with the song "The Rain." Eddie Gell's Ghetto Music. If you're not familiar with this, just I don't know how you would even really describe it. It originally came out in 1968. It definitely has the feeling of the late 60s, or specifically 1968 political fervor that was going on. Still relevant to this day. Eddie Gell's Ghetto Music. Check it out. Next few are still jazz. Don Byas, Jazz Legacy. This is again a repressing tenor saxophonist this is a compilation of Don's stuff from the mostly from the 1950s, 1953 to 1955. There was something else that was really interesting about this, and I can't remember. This guy came up around the same time as Dizzy Gillespie, Max Roach, Charlie Parker, all those type of guys, and it's similar to that hard bop stuff. Really, still melodic. It reminds you of sort of Coltrane's Lush Life era stuff. Don Byas has been someone I've been meaning to check out for a while, and saw this really cheap repressing. This is like $12.99. Um, Great stuff if you're into that era of jazz. Essential tenor saxophonist. Actually, the next few are 2014 releases, so we'll just get through those. Bought all these a while ago, but just haven't been on here. This is the band White Lung, which I believe White Lung are a Canadian band, I want to say. Post-punk, post-hardcore style music, female vocals, great sense of melody, but still just a great use of noise and sound in their songwriting. It really, really works for them. It doesn't work for everyone. It can be tricky incorporating noise into to your songs, but they do it very, very well. This is on Domino Records. Really, really catchy stuff. And again, I'm a big fan of any time that you can still have a catchy song with just an abrasive amount of noise. This is just a black, standard black vinyl version. Really short. I mean, nothing, they're not reinventing the wheel. It's just more they're doing that genre of music very, very well. I would recommend this for fans of Savages or any of that type of stuff that's getting sort of in right now. White Lung. Hip hop album from 2014, experimental hip hop album on Sub Pop. This is Clipping. And this is just called Clipping. This is, I believe, their sophomore LP after last year's Mad City, or Mid City, excuse me. Signed with major label Sub Pop and put out this record. This is actually really cool, triple fold out. Experimental hip hop band, really interesting use of sound and sampling. Very, very almost industrial. It's not as hard to listen to as something like Death Grips, but definitely in that vein and very experimental. There's one song that makes a complete beat out of alarm clocks, and it sounds like it would be awful, but it actually really works. It's a really experimental stuff, great flow, great lyrics. Really the hip hop album of the year for me so far. Really not even close. Clipping. I think non-hip hop fans would find something of value here. So check that out. Another 2014. This is Boris Noise. What label is this on? This is on Sargent House. Boris, of course, the Japanese metal band. Don't like this nearly as good as something like Pink. There's the band there. I'm not all that familiar with Boris as some people in the VC are. I mean, I do like the album Pink, and I've heard some of their other stuff that I really liked. This was sort of a disappointment, to be honest. I just bought it based on their, on loving that Pink record so much, and it definitely doesn't live up to that at all. The songs are not nearly as interesting or good. So yeah, I would not recommend this, even though it's cool to have because it is Boris. Okay, keeping on going on here. This is another 2014 album, which many people in the VC probably have this. I've not actually seen anybody show it, but I'm sure it's being showed. Is Morrissey, World Peace is None of Your Business on Harvest. I know that there's a lot of love for Morrissey in the VC. There's his band members that are all wearing those jerseys there, which is kind of funny. This is pretty good. I would recommend this. It's not bad. I guess is a good way of putting it for guys at this age in their career. Usually make some pretty terrible stuff. But I really liked it. It's not the best Morrissey album, but I do like it better than his last few. World Peace and None of Your Business. The first three songs are all really good. But it kind of loses its momentum after they were for a while. But I thought it was pretty good. It was better than I thought it would be. So yeah, Morrissey, World Peace is None of Your Business. This is another 2014 LP that I really recommend. I've not seen really this get much love, and I think a lot of people would really enjoy this. In the VC, this is a band called the Amazing Snakeheads, Amphetamine Ballads. This is so cool, and I don't know, I think these guys are from Sweden or somewhere, yes, Sweden, and really interesting stuff. The singer has so much personality in his delivery. He's got the very thick European accent, and then random saxophones come in, um, sort of that, I don't know, post-punk type sound. I really don't know how to describe this other than it's extremely experimental and it's really cool, great songwriting. The first song, I Am a Vampire, I believe the name of it, is just great. Just tons, yeah, I'm a Vampire. Tons and tons of personality in this. It doesn't really sound like anything I've heard this year. It's on Domino Records. Highly recommend it. At least check it out online. I really, really like this a whole lot. And it was just a blind buy. I hadn't read anything. Was intrigued by that snake cover and just went for it. A few more here. We keep going. This is Kiss, Blues for the Red Sun. Legendary stoner rock, stoner metal band fronted by Josh Homme of the Queens of Stone Age. This is a reissue on Dolly Records. Just absolutely essential 90s uh, hard rock. I wouldn't call this metal. Hard rock, stoner metal, maybe light stoner metal. Great riffs, great songwriting, great singing. This is really a perfect album for me for that genre. So much better than anything the Queens of Stone Age have ever done. Wanted to get in this band for a while and saw this reissue, so I just went for it. Highly recommend this for any fans of that genre. If you're into Queens of the Stone Age, check it out as well because it's really good. I think it's better. This is an original, not hard to find. Public Image Limited, Flowers of Romance. Never had this one, and just wanted to get it. Public Image Limited. This is this is maybe my favorite record of theirs. I do like Metal Box a whole lot, but this is probably my favorite percussion album of all time. Just the drum beats are insane, and how they build songs around a drum beat. I've never heard anything like this. It's extremely abstract, but extremely avant-garde. Uh, the drums just sound so good. They really do. This is phenomenal. This is just a perfect album, and saw a nice used copy for $10. Couldn't leave it there. Um, some krautrock. This is Klaus Schulze with Cyborg from 1973 on Metronome. Um, yeah, Klaus Schulze, seminal figure, Tangerine Dream band member of the krautrock scene. This is not my favorite Klaus Schulze album, and this is not for everybody. I mean, it's very atmospheric. It can get boring at times. I just bought it based on Klaus Schulze. Couldn't really recommend this one. I mean, it's not bad, but it did get a little bit boring, to be honest. So you've got four more. This was cool. Found this in the used bin. Spiritualize Songs in A&E. This is from 2008, I believe, on Domino. Um, this is shortly after, I believe it's Jay Spaceman or the guy from Spaceman. Yeah, he had some major health issues, which I don't know if he's over yet or what, but didn't know if he was ever going to make any more music, and then he did decide to make more music, and this is the album that came after this really traumatic health experience, and it is just phenomenal. Spiritualized, big fan of theirs. Ladies and Gentlemen, We're Now Floating in Space, and then the newest one, which I can't remember what it was called. This is really, really good. Not my favorite, but really, really, really good. And double LP, I believe this is an original. Found this for, I believe it was like $10 in the used section, and it plays great. Not really sure why it was there at that price. Three more, folks. Another reissue, nothing special here, but really cool to have. This is New Order's Power, Corruption, and Lies. New Order, Power, Corruption, and Lies. Nice reissue on Rhino, 180 gram. My favorite New Order album. Just cool to have. Never had this one before, and glad to have it. An ECM title, Music with 58 Musicians, Volume 1. This I found for 50 cents, and it plays perfect. This is from 1980, just a compilation of the artists on ECM at that time, which the title sort of borrows from the Steve Reich, Music for 18 Musicians. Steve Reich is on here. Actually, an excerpt from Music for 18 Musicians. You have Keith Jarrett, Jack DeJohnette, John Abercrombie, Pat Metheny. All the heavyweights are on this, and for 50 cents, it sounds perfect. I would have paid much more than that for that. It sounds great. And lastly, another 2014 LP, Natural Child. This is Dancing with Wolves. Natural Child is a Nashville band that's never really broken out of the Nashville scene. They're really big in Nashville. Sort of Americana, feel-good boogie-woogie, rock and roll. Really clever titles, clever songs, quirky, funny songs like Don't Let Time Pass Quickly, Firewater Liquor, Nashville's a Groovy Little Town, Saturday Night Blues. It's incredibly catchy stuff. If you're into the, Avett Brothers, that type of stuff, but if the Avett Brothers were in the Rolling Stones, something like that, that's kind of what this sounds like. It's really good. It's fun music to put on and just party to. It's not very cerebral, but it's not supposed to be. So I would really recommend this for fans of that genre. So anyway, there you have it. I still have a whole nother pile of stuff that I've not shown since I made my other video. Maybe if this goes well, I'll try to make some more videos soon. But just felt like making a video. Hope to see you all soon.